Welcome to episode 82 of the A Free Spirit Life podcast. Hello, beautiful you. This is Shannon Kinney-Duh, intuitive spiritual guide, artist, writer, and teacher. Today, we are going to talk about how to calm your nervous system while you're going through change. These will be practical tips. These will be personal stories. Let's see where the show takes us. One thing I know for sure is you are not alone in what you're going through right now, because there is a lot of change happening globally. There is a lot of change happening individually. We are on a waking up process right now. And what I mean by waking up is the life that you are familiar with, the life that you have worked on and forced yourself to push through and survived through even, or even thrived through. There are moments of our lives that we've thrived and enjoyed and celebrated. All of the challenges and the celebrations in your life up to this point have been a learning process. They've been here to help you grow, to help you learn, to help you navigate through life so that you can learn who you are, discover who you're here to be, to find the courage to be that in the world. But up to this point, we've been fed so much information about how we should be and who we should be and how to live the best life. And yet, so much of what we've been taught has been out of alignment with our soul, with the true essence of who we are here to be. So the waking up process we're going through right now is feeling very jarring because we're like, wait a minute. Everything that felt familiar, even the TV shows I used to watch, or the conversations I used to have, or the food that I used to eat, or the people that I liked hanging out with, or the house that I liked living, or even the job that I've had that I used to tolerate, all of it feels dissonant, out of sync, disconnected. And when we feel that way, it can bring up a lot of fear, overwhelm, stress, anxiety, because we haven't really been taught the tools that we can use to calm the nervous system, to ground ourselves so that we can feel receptive to change. We've typically been taught how to fear change, so that when change starts to happen, we have to reach for our unhealthy habits to cope, to manage, to maneuver, because it just feels so uncomfortable and unsettling. Well, that's what we were taught. And we're going through an unlearning process right now. I think the waking up process takes us through a big unlearning curve. Whatever you were taught that wasn't in an alignment with who you truly are is what's being questioned right now. And it's bubbling up to the surface so that you can work with it, release it, and be open to the change that wants to be born in your life. When I say that you're not alone, I really do feel that in my bones because, one, we are all connected. We all come from the same source. We are all energy. And if source is the ocean, we are a drop in the ocean, yet we're all connected and we feel what that means, even if it doesn't make sense consciously yet. So when there's upheavals going on globally, it is also reflective of the upheavals in our own life. Yet again, we've been taught that we should isolate ourselves, that we are the only ones going through this change, that there must be something wrong with us, in quotes. But I'm here to tell you, with the work that I've been doing for my lifetime, the amount of shifts and awakenings I've seen and the upheavals in the clients that I work with, the people I talk with, my friends, my family, we're all going through the change because we are ready, or at least preparing for something bigger, for a different way of living, for a life that is in alignment with our mind, body, and soul. A life that is opening up our hearts and letting love lead the way. A life that doesn't strip our earth of all of its resources for economic gain. A life where we don't have to make ends meet and survive and suffer through it day after day after day. The waking up process is like your higher self knocking on your door, knocking on your heart. You know those inner nudges that you feel? That's source, or that's your higher self, or that's your intuition, whatever word works for you. Where does that come from? Those inner nudgings, those whispers, the little spark of inspiration. It's your guides. It's you being guided by something to remind you of what makes you you, to remind you that life is magical, to remind you of your power, the power that we've given away by overcommitting and overspending and overdoing it in life, because that's what we were taught to do. How human of you to plug into a society that wasn't very healthy for you, but it's all that was there. It's the option, right? This is what they told me to do. I'm supposed to go to school. I'm supposed to get out student loans and get a higher education. I'm supposed to spend several years paying off those loans. I'm supposed to live in debt to my employer so that I can someday find my freedom when I'm older. But I can't live my life now because I have all these responsibilities and obligations and things weighing me down. That is what we've been taught. But you, if you're listening to these words, you have found these words for a reason. They have found you because you're waking up. You're curious about what life could be like without such stress, without fear guiding your every step. But when we're in the midst of change, it can feel confusing, cloudy. We can't find our footing. And our nervous system, our body gets triggered into that fight, flight, or freeze. So today, let me share some of the tips that I find helpful when I can't settle my anxious mind, when the energy is swirling inside and around me and I need to ground. I'm going to share some of the tips that I've shared with my clients, that I've shared in classes that work for me, that I still use every day. And right now, as I'm talking to you, I'm holding a rose quartz crystal. It feels heavy in my hands. It feels grounding, but it helps me speak from my heart. I could still speak from my heart without it, but it's a reminder. It's a visual, physical reminder. And we live in a physical world. And what we've been taught up to this point is that if you can't see it, it doesn't exist. And that's such a painful way to live. And so part of your waking up process is to go, wow, maybe there is more to life than just this physical form that I live in. I am an energetic body. Maybe I can learn how to use it, to connect with it. And that takes faith. That takes practice. That takes following your inner knowing there's gotta be more to life than just this. Right? That's what waking up is doing for you right now. And I'm here to tell you, you're absolutely right. You're not here to suffer through life. Challenges? Sure, yeah. We're going to have challenges because part of life is to grow. And we grow through our challenges. We heal through our challenges. We make space for more love to flourish from our challenges. And then, you know what happens? We have greater empathy for the others going through those challenges. I have great empathy for you because I know the trauma that comes when you want to shine your light. And maybe you've been shot down. Maybe you've literally had past lives that wouldn't allow that. But you're here to shine your light now. You're here to find others who are working on shining their light now. You're here to be the most authentic expression of yourself so that you can share your unique gifts and heart with others. If you're listening to these words, you're a highly sensitive being who's got great empathy and sees a better future, wants to be of service in some way, and also wants to experience great peace and joy and pleasure in life. Whew. Let's exhale for a moment. Let's exhale for a moment right now together because we've been holding a lot. I feel it. I feel it so deeply. I see you. I honor you. I know you've been through a lot. I know you've been carrying a lot. So take a deep breath with me right now. And any tension you feel in your body, just exhale. You might even place your hands to your heart and just be damn proud of yourself right now. Seriously. Look at all you've been through and look where you're at now in your life. I'm here to tell you, you are more powerful than you realize. You are more intuitive than you give yourself credit for. You are more gifted than you know. You are on the right track more so than you've ever been in your life, even when life feels messy, confusing, chaotic. Change is messy. We were taught that if you don't have your life, in quotes again, together, something's wrong with you. And all you need is to spend more money, to buy these name brands, to get, I'm not going to go down that road, but you know what I mean. Any distraction that's going to pull you further and further and further away from your authentic truth. If you're listening to these words and you have found me today, then you are on a spiritual journey. You are on a sacred self-discovery journey because your higher self, your heart and soul is guiding you down a new path, the path that is authentic to you, not the path that they told you to go down, the path that you're being guided by your higher self, by your heart. And even though it feels scary and messy and it's unknown, that's the human experience. That's life. There isn't an absolute. That's the beauty of it. If you operate from this now moment, then the next moment is unwritten. And the next moment after that is unwritten. And you get to learn how to write a new story. You get to learn how to walk down a new path. One of my favorite theme songs is a song the title is Unwritten. I'll share a link to it. I love it because she always talks about, we've been conditioned to not make mistakes, but I can't live that way. I'm staring at the blank page before me. Open up the dirty window. Let the sun illuminate what I cannot see. This is a new day. This is a new page in my story. This is a new path. Everything is still unwritten. Do you want to continue writing your future based on the past? Or do you want to continue learning how to be present in this moment and letting each moment unfold? That's the divine feminine. That's the waking up. That's the integration, I would say, of the divine and the masculine and feminine. Because the divine feminine is trusting that we're being supported and guided, trusting that we live in an abundant world, trusting that Mother Earth is supporting and holding us. And in the trusting, we walk from moment to the next breadcrumb, if you will, to the next synchronicity, to the next intuitive hit. And the moving is the divine masculine, taking the action. But the action based on now, not the action based on what's always been. That's the 3D conditioning that wants to grip you and pull you back. You're listening to these words right now because you see a brighter future. You feel change in your bones and you feel the good change. So allow yourself to feel the feelings, let your experiences come to the surface and to be released. And let's walk the path of relearning how to trust ourselves again. Remembering how to hear those intuitive hits and let your intuition and not your egoic, restless mind guide you in life. It's fear or love. We get to choose. So in the choosing, we need to work on calming our nervous system so that we can feel grounded in the present moment, that we can get out of the restless, worrying mind and let the heart be receptive and open. Okay, so here are some of my suggestions for calming your nervous system right now as you're going through your waking up process. 1, breath. Right now, do some deep belly breathing as you're listening to these words. You can do this anywhere. The breath is always with you. It's like an ocean wave, but we tend to breathe very shallowly, and then we start living in a very stressed out body. So the very best thing you can do is learn how to breathe properly. One hand to the belly, under the belly button, one hand to the heart will help bring the awareness that you need to breathe deeply into the belly. Let's do that right now. Take a deep breath, filling up your belly like a balloon. Hold it just to find that awareness for 4 seconds. And then slowly exhale. Doing that even 3 times starts to calm the nervous system, quiet the mind, bring you to this moment. Another breath technique that I love. Now that one's great. That's diaphragmatic breathing. That's just teaching you how to breathe deeper. The sipping breath is another breath that is one of my very favorites. I'll also leave a link to a simple guided meditation. I recorded it back in COVID time. It's still very relevant. We need to use the sipping breath as a way to quiet the mind. So when you're feeling really like anxiety, overwhelm is taking over you in the moment and you're not sure what to do, try this sipping breath. You will breathe through your mouth like you have a straw in your mouth. And I like to have the chin dropped. As you inhale, lift your chin, breathe through your mouth like you're breathing through that invisible straw. Lift the chin all the way up. And then as you exhale through that open straw, through your mouth, and drop the chin back down. If you do that 3 times, you'll feel this calm come over your body. Remember how important your breath is right now as you're going through your waking up process and as you're managing the fear that comes in the unknown. My second suggestion for just helping your physical and energetic body find balance, any type of energy work is awesome. But I like to suggest flower essences because it's something it's inexpensive. If you go to Bach, BACH, or Flower Essence Society, those are great resources. But start with a simple one. A rescue remedy, if you've never used flower essence therapy before, is a great one to start with right now because it's got a mix of different flower essences in it. And it has Star of Bethlehem. And Star of Bethlehem is really great for shock or change. And when we go through change, when we are waking up, it's shocking our system. It's feeling shocking. We're like, what? Why have I always lived this way? And wait a minute, why have I always lived so out of alignment with myself? It's a very shocking experience. You can also get Star of Bethlehem separately. I like Rescue Remedy because you can keep it in your purse, in your pocket. I use it with my kids. It's completely natural. It's the energetics of the flowers. So you can take it with anything. It's not going to disturb any pharmaceuticals that you're already on. It's leaning on, I should say, the wisdom of nature. And guess what? We are nature. But the flowers don't spend their entire life thinking they're not good enough, that they're not shining bright enough. They simply are. They are part of the source that your higher self is. And they know what's out of balance energetically. And so when you take those flower drops, it's like Reiki. It's like energy healing. It's a way for nature and your nature to bring itself back to balance energetically. And everything starts with energy. So when our energy is out of balance, it affects how we think, it affects how we feel. So I love it because it's at your fingertips. You don't have to wait for a healing session, which those are all wonderful too. Acupuncture, massage, spiritual mentoring, anything. There's so many holistic modalities. Those are all amazing. But what I see people doing is waiting for that next session, and you're the one that's in charge. Take your power back. In between those healing times, what can you do? The flower essence you can have in your pocket. You can have in your purse. You can take it when you feel anxious, when you don't feel anxious. Your kids can use it. It's powerful, okay? So that's just one thing I want to suggest because I like to give you practical things that you can do right now so that you don't feel like you're waiting, because that's another part of this waking up process is we're remembering how powerful we are. We're remembering our self-healing techniques. We've always been taught that we have to look outside of ourselves to know how to do anything. The waking up process teaches us, oh my God, wait a minute. I kind of know some of this stuff. Wow. I'm really intuitive here. I think I'm going to trust this. And if your intuition is like, ooh, what's this flower essence thing? Trust it. Follow it. Learn about it. Lean on it. There's probably something in your energy field that is guiding you to the next thing that you're here to learn and grow from. Stones, keeping stones in your pocket, holding stones. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be the perfect crystal. There are crystals that I love. Right now, specifically, while you're going through this waking up process, rose quartz is a great one. Red jasper is one of my favorites for grounding. So if you feel very in your head a lot, you want to feel landed and supported. Maybe you're going through some financial upheaval. Red jasper is a great one for the root chakra in particular. I also like amethyst right now because a lot of us are learning how to tune into our intuition, and amethyst is a great one for that. So those are some crystals that you can use, but I have collected rocks my entire life. If you have ever picked up a stone, or if you're going on a walk today, maybe you've never done this, but get yourself out on a walk. And if there is a stone that speaks to you, I collect heart rocks. Maybe you'll see a heart-shaped rock. Maybe you'll just see one that you're just like, oh, I want to touch that. It can be any stone, because the stone is part of the earth, and the stone is part of our history, and the stones are incredibly grounding and healing. And you can keep any stone in your pocket as a symbolic reminder that you are waking up, and that you are grounding, and that you are being supported while you go through this change. That's what's going to help calm your nervous system. All right, so we've got the breathing down. We're leaning in on some flowers. We've got some stones. The next, that's 3. So I'm on number 4. Lean into the elements. We've talked about earth, but get yourself in nature. Nature is you. You are nature. It's why we feel so good when we're around nature, because it recalibrates us. It resets us to our soul. It syncs us to our soul. So get yourself to the earth, get your feet on the earth, get your hands in the dirt, get yourself to the trees, lean in on water, drink more water, listen to the sounds of water, sit by a creek if you are fortunate enough to live near the ocean or a body of water. Get yourself to water. If you don't, soak in a healing tub. Wash yourself with a shower, and as you envision the stuck energy washing away down the drain, take a cup of water and put some love into that water, and then drink it. Sit in the sun. The sun has these amazing light codes coming to the earth right now. Sit in the sun, walk in the sun, breathe in the sun, be in the sun. Let the breeze blow through your hair and breathe in that fresh air. Earth, water, fire, and air is one of the best therapies right now for grounding and calming and healing your nervous system. Okay, number 5, this is one that I use with clients. This is one that I suggest because, again, I'm all about liberation. I never want to work with people who feel like they have to rely on me for the next 10 years. I want to give you the tools that will liberate you and show you how powerful you are so that you're in tune with your own wisdom. And so one of the things I like to teach people is how to use the emotion code. I do sessions where I release the emotions that are blocked in your energy field, and I also teach people how to do that themselves. So one of the ways that you can learn this is look up the book, The Emotion Code. There is also an app, and you can listen to the book, get an audiobook, or go to the library. That's how I first learned. I use it all the time. I use it on myself. I use it with my clients. I use it when I'm feeling stuck energy with my kids. But it's a way to tune into the emotion that is blocked, because emotion is energy, and energy can get blocked in our energy field. It can get blocked in our body. It can be blocked from our past lives. It can be blocked from our ancestral line that we were born into. It can be blocked from yesterday. Right? We have a lot of energy swirling and being released right now, and having that energetic hygiene is really important right now. So tuning in and learning how to do muscle testing or using a pendulum is a great way to tune in to learn how to see what needs to be released right now. And then magnet therapy, using a magnet as a way to bring your energy fields back to balance. It's using the meridian system, and very similar to what I talked about with the flower essences or the energy hands-on touch. Magnet therapy is another way to just bring our meridians back to neutral. So we're releasing anything that's dissonant from our energy field so that we can feel grounded again, feel in sync with who we are, so that we don't get stuck in fight, flight, or freeze, and our nervous system can calm down. Once you learn how to release emotions with either setting intentions or using a magnet, I'll give you an example. Let's say you tuned in and you realize, man, I'm feeling a lot of fear right now. I'm feeling quite anxious. And now I've realized it's not even my anxiety, it's my spouse's. I release anxiety. I release anxiety. I release anxiety from my energy field, and I transmute that, or I change that into love. I change that into love. I change that into love. And you can imagine blowing that in your energy field all around you. Using those affirmations, once you've determined what energy needs to be released, then fill it with something different. So if you're constantly catching yourself going, oh my God, I'm so old and dumb. I don't know. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. That's what I used to say all the time. Oh my God, I'm not good at anything. I'm not good enough. Catch yourself. I don't need to think that thought anymore, because that thought again is energy. I don't need that energy in my field anymore. It just brings me down and it creates anxiety. So instead, I am enough. You say the opposite. I am enough. I am powerful. I am more powerful than I have ever believed myself to be. I am power. Affirmations do work when you can allow yourself to make space for them and to feel them and to think of them as energy. So what do you want to focus on? Whatever you focus on becomes reality eventually. It grows. Are you focusing on the fact that you're never enough? Then the universe is going to give you things that make you feel that way. If you continue to release those energies and heal from that past experience, you can start to really feel and believe that you are enough, and that will help you return to the true essence of who you are, this natural state of being. That flower, that tree, the sky, it knows it's enough. It just is. That is you. You just are. Without all the conditioning from the past. That's your waking up process. You're detoxing and relearning and remembering what no longer serves you, so that you can make space for what truly is ready to manifest in your life now, in sync with your authentic self, in sync with your true nature. Lastly, I'm going to end here. Creativity is huge, because we're moving into the creative revolution. We're moving into a place that honors and celebrates and uplifts our creativity. We were taught that we're not creative. That was our society again. That is the images that teach us we should put stars on pedestals. And those people who can make money and are famous, though they're creative, but I'm not. So I'm there going to idolize them and give that industry my power. And I'm here to say, nope. Pull your power back. Pull your power back. You are creative. It is your birthright. You were born to be creative. Creativity is problem solving. It's looking at life from a new lens. It's being curious. It's keeping your sense of wonder. It's asking questions. It's going, it's always been this way, but what if I did it this way? They told me I should only do it that way, but what if I tried something else? Creativity is allowing yourself to awaken. That's really what it is. It is supporting your waking up process so that you can be the creator that you are here to be in this lifetime. You're here to rediscover your gifts. You're here to live in sync with your authentic truth and yourself. And then you're here to express that. Your self-expression is your creativity in form. So when you feel depressed, when you feel lethargic, when you feel disconnected, ask yourself, are you feeding your creative soul? Are you living a life in alignment with your creativity, or are you stuck in the survival model? Your soul will guide you to what that means. Sometimes it simply means getting yourself a coloring book and some watercolor crayons or colored pencils. And while you're watching reality TV, start coloring. Eventually, that coloring might lead to, oh my God, I forgot I used to love poetry. Checking out some poetry books. Maybe starting to write your own. Maybe it's facing your fear and signing up for an art class or a singing class or starting to garden, even though you don't know what the heck you're doing. You're trying, you're allowing yourself to fail as you learn. And that's why we tend to prevent ourselves from trying creative things or doing things out of our comfort zone, is we were taught that if you fail, you are a failure. No, we just are learning. Life is about learning. So I'll tell you right now, I think I've had a fear of gardening and growing flowers because I have been told I don't do it right. I have been told that other people know more than I do, or that they're better at it than me, and I gave my power away. I'm pulling my power back. I have been growing little seeds that are now in these little transplant pots. And if you guys heard a couple of my shows in the past, I told you that I applied for a job that I did not get. It was just going to be transplanting plants. But what that experience did for me, and I love my angels because they're laughing with me, not at me. They needed me to go through that experience so that I could say, wait a second here. You have a garden that you want to grow. You can transplant your own seeds, and you are good at this. You don't have to have anyone else show you how to do it or tell you that you can't do it. And I've been doing it. So I have all these little baby plants that I've been nourishing and nurturing in my little mini greenhouse. I'm calling it a greenhouse. It's like a all glass porch that I work from. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trusting, though, that I must have done this in a past life. I'm trusting that my higher self is guiding me because I love it. It's bringing me so much joy. And I am experimenting and I'm trying, and I will call myself a creative gardener. I don't know what it's going to produce, but I know that it is the next breadcrumb for me. It's inspiring me. It's exciting to me. It's fun. So I'm going with it. What is inspiring you? What is starting to spark something in you? Is there a creative thing that you're like, ooh, God, I've been wanting to write. Why don't I do that? Maybe just start journaling. Nourish and feed your creative soul because it is your energetic well-being. That's what you're nourishing. It's not to become the next best painter, although that could happen. Why not? But we're not here to be the best. We're here to be us. We're here to be who we're here to be. And self-expression is massive right now. So that will calm your nervous system. Doing creative things that get you out of your critical mind and into your heart space. We don't want you to be criticizing your whole self while you're doing it. That's why I suggest coloring books at first, because all of us can color. We've been taught how to color in the lines. I'd suggest you color out of the lines, but start there if you haven't done anything like that for a while. Then move on to something else. I am offering the Artist Way this summer. I'm calling it, it's like creative camp with me. The Artist Way is a book that changed my life. I've mentioned it before. I've led a group before a couple times. The last time I did this was during COVID. Because I knew we needed it. And now I know we need it again because we're going through a lot of change and this summer feels right. So I have beautiful souls signing up with me. I will be doing 7 online Zoom calls with you throughout the summer or winter months, depending on where you live. You do not have to join me live. If you miss a call, you can get the recording of the call. What we're doing is I'm guiding you through the 12-week program through the Artist Way. We're going to read a chapter, we're going to explore it, but I'm also going to take it a step further. I am sprinkling in all of my energetic, intuitive, spiritual guidance with this process, because what this really is, the artist's way. It's you finding your awakening path while nourishing your creativity, while having some fun with others, while exploring the side that maybe you've been afraid to explore. But the benefit is you get to know yourself in a deeper way. You get to live more in sync with your authentic self. You get to heal and release what's keeping you stuck so that you can create a new future, that you can be the creator, the maker, the dreamer, the lover that you're here to be in this lifetime. It would be an absolute honor to share this experience with you. You can go to my website, afreespiritlife.com, click on Artist's Way and join us. Sign up. We are going to start, it says June 6th, but I have some things I'd like to sprinkle in at the end of May because I know we need it. We need each other. You are on a waking up process, but you don't have to do it alone. Maybe you've been afraid to shine your light. Do it with community. We are here with you. We are here learning, growing, healing, expanding together. Don't do it alone. All right? So if this speaks to you and resonates with you, join us. I'm excited to see you. I also have an online community. If that speaks to you, look for that on my website. Find me on Instagram, A Free Spirit Life. And yes, if you are wanting a session, if you want to learn more about your energetic blueprint, who are you? What is your life's curriculum? What are you here to learn? What's your life's theme? How can you better access your intuition and live in alignment so you stop wasting and living your living in a place of resistance and burning and giving away your energy and your power? Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to you, who you are. You can get a human design reading or an intuitive spiritual guidance call. All of that is on my website under sessions. We're doing this together, y'all, and I am so grateful that we are, because I cannot do it alone. Absolutely. Community is everything right now. Do not underestimate the power of community. And if the Artist's Way or joining my online community doesn't resonate, find one that does. Trust in that. Even if it's just a friend right now going through this with you, you are not alone. You are here to shine. You are the creator of your life. And I am so grateful that our paths have crossed in this moment. Keep breathing. Keep calming your nervous system. Keep grounding. Keep clearing that energetic junk that's ready to be released so that you can let love lead the way moving forward. I love you. Thank you for being here. Reach out anytime. I'd love to hear from you, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Time